Hello, 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 my friends. Okay, so a lot has happened. Last time we left off, it was just after getting dumped out of the Champions League final. No, not the final, quarterfinals by Real Madrid. In that time, I just decided to just go for it, keep going. There was nothing really to show you at the end. I could have showed you the French Cup final, but just what's the point? So I decided just to keep going. I didn't realise that the FIFA Club World Cup changed. I didn't realise that. We had a good 3-0 win at the very beginning against Deportivo Guadalajara. And then we got our asses absolutely handed to us by Palmeiras. So I'm kind of glad I didn't show you this. Pre-season all set up. This is the way I like to do my pre-seasons. 2 games, get the best out of the squad. A crap ton of rotation. 45 minutes basically for every player, just to slowly build that... what's the word I'm looking for? Just to slowly build that... what is the word I'm looking for? Fitness, there we go. Just to slowly build that fitness up for the Trophy de Champion against Lyon, and we'll be trying to win this damn thing this time. The finances are exactly what you would expect out of the richest club in the world. We had a cash injection of a lot, an absolute lot. This team will never go bust. If you ever wonder why Paris Saint-Germain just seems to be able to keep buying players, this is why. Just look at the finances. What was it? Like sponsorships? Last month, 345 million. Last season, 337 million. This club just makes money for fun. Let me take you through transfers. Kylian Mbappe, unfortunately, has left the club. Sad, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, in terms of incomings, Erling Haaland. I managed to get him in for 130 million. Absolute bloody steal, as far as I'm concerned. And he is going to be just straight up front, playing that Martial role. Better than Martial, unfortunately. Martial, I really like him, but I can't start Martial ahead of Haaland, because Haaland is just the better player. And Haaland, you're not putting him either side. Why would you waste all of this out in a wide wing? Because even he doesn't have the crossing. So Martial is going to be taking off of goal scoring duties and being put out wide onto that left hand side. But he does have competition for places, because like I was talking about, Jesus Corona. This boy can play. Good agility, really good technique, dribbling, first touch. He is my new... He is my Julian Draxler, because I have tried to move Draxler on. He's on loan to Leipzig. However, he does have a clause in the contract where they have to buy him for 30 million euro, which isn't really bad considering his estimated value is 25. And we're also getting a loan deal out of it. So it's going to end up being, was it like 37 million euro? Good bit of business. But what I really want to do is get those wages off the... I wanted to get the wages off... Why are my words at me today? I want to get wages off the books. Because, yeah, he's not paying... I got cheated out of this deal. I didn't notice. I got cheated. Okay, yeah, so we're paying his wages. That's not fun. It's not what I wanted. But, again, let me take you through the transfers that have come in, because I haven't done a huge amount of business. 2 players that I thought about bringing in. I'm running a bit of a gambit at the moment, because... in terms of centre midfield, we're running a little light at the moment. Marquinhos, Pereira, Herrera, and Marquinhos basically, but Marquinhos is only a defensive midfield. We had Gigi Wijnaldum, but Arsenal came in for a very good offer for him, so I decided to just take the money and run. Where are you, Gigi Wijnaldum? Why aren't you here? Must have been the previous season. Yeah, Wijnaldum, 62 million. I couldn't not take that, because it was just too good for me, because it's pure, absolute pure profit. Brought him in on a free, played really well. See, the reason I went with it is because he wasn't my starting centre back. So he wasn't my starting midfielder. My starting midfielder ended up being Herrera. Because I can't replace, well, no, I can replace. I tried replacing. The role I want him to play is essentially the N'Golo Kante role. I want to try bring Kante into the club if I can. I'm trying to free up the transfer budget and the wage budget and Kante does want to come, because what is it, Cante, N'Golo Kante, like he does want to come to the club. He's estimated around that region. I'm just not sure if I can afford his wages, because you see, like, it's Herrera is essentially playing the Kante role. Kante is that little bit younger. He's got better stamina. He works his socks out for the team, and to avail of the attacking talent, I'm thinking about moving into kind of like a narrow 4-4-2, or 4-2-4, whatever you want to call it. First preseason friendly against New York Cosmos, I'm trying out all of the new lads. The Skilligo, I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm going to call him Mattia. There we go, yeah. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to nickname you Mattia. It's that nickname, because I can't pronounce your second name. So there you go, Mattia. Mattia and Azpilicueta on that left and right, although they can both play either side, so there's a lot of versatility. The reason I brought them in is for that versatility. We have made Nuno Mendes' deal permanent, brought him in for 40 million from Sporting Portugal, and try to move Brent on, because he's on a lot of wages, and he didn't play a huge amount for me, either in the cup or whatever. Mendes just felt like the much more solid option, both defensively and offensively. And with Azpilicueta coming in, who I think is going to be the more senior of the two replacements, I just think he's a better cover option. He can also play centre mid, so it's like Azpilicueta is an incredible backup player for us, and it's just moving players off. Thilo Kelleher, I'm trying to move you on as well. You had a good loan spell at Mönchengladbach, 27 starts, but I want to try sell him because he's not going to get games for me, especially because I have promoted two players. Jesse Laporte, you all saw him not yesterday, you saw him last video, whatever it was, when he came through the youth setup. Absolutely incredible right midfielder who can play striker or anywhere on that right hand side as an inside winger. He's going to be my Messi when he eventually grows up and becomes incredibly good, but he's already an incredible player. Green's all over the shop except for long shots, but the way I play, I want them to play with a lot of tempo and pace. I don't want long shots anyway, because I want them playing the ball in. Do I have tactics? Do I have play the ball in? I do have work the ball in. So yeah, he's not good. That's not a trait he's going to be all that encouraged to utilize, and he doesn't have a player trait with it either. First, because he's got that player trait, I guess the first thing I can do is I'll work on his dribbling, because I want him to be really good at that specific ball control, dribbling, first touch. Yeah, I want him to be really equipped with that trait he has, alongside the stamina, the agility, and the acceleration, just so that we can try and get some good performances and good development out of him. Because Jesse Laporte, I want to develop you into the gem that you could be and you promised to be. Got off the ball at 16 years of age. Jesus Christ. He wasn't able to get any appearances last year because the French league doesn't allow you to start under 16s. And by the time he was old enough, couldn't register him, so he just played for Paris Saint-Germain 2, which isn't a real club in a real league, but he still got appearances, so, you know, it is what it is. But I want to give him game time in Ligue 1, because Lionel Messi, I am going to start bringing you into that centre mid role. I am currently in the process of retraining him into a deep lying playmaker defence. The only thing he doesn't have is the tackling, tackling and positioning, which, look, I guess, is there any point trying to train this defensive positioning? Is there any point trying to train it? Because you're 35, nearly 36 years of age. You know what you're good at. What you're good at doing is basically being a provider. But I want to try shifting some of the attacking talent to utilize those positions, and Messi is just going to occupy either a forward or a right midfield role, when I want that role going towards Laporte or Dembele. And as well as with the attacking talent up front, Haaland, Baladi, Martial, I don't want Messi taking one of those spots and getting in the way of their development, because 21, 28, 26, like, Messi, you are very important to me, but you're just not worth getting in the way of somebody's development. 4 games that are absolute must win. I still have this tactic. where it'll be about bringing Messi into that role here for Messi and Haaland to basically just link up together. But outside of that, Messi is going to be playing into this deep-lying midfield role this year to shore up that centre midfield weakness that I have, because I don't have a huge amount of cover for that centre midfield role. So I'm kind of praying we don't get injuries. But in the meantime, Herrera playing that ball-winning midfield role, Messi just being that floating player in the midfield while offering his body and his soul going forward. Corona and Laporte, I want to see how they get on this game. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to show you? I guess what we'll do is we'll do a roundup of the FIFA Club World Cup. Liverpool won it. I'm liking how strong Liverpool are this season. And just to show you the three quarter-final, Chelsea, Firmino, Palmeiras, Liverpool, Chelsea, Liverpool. This would have been our trip through to the final. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Atletico Mineiro, Man City. There's a good range, all groups. It's interesting. I really like this competition. I'm not going to lie, I do like it. Club America, Ganzhou and Club America getting battered by Chelsea. I really like this competition, but I was honestly humbled and embarrassed. And did Palmeiras lose to Guadalajara? This is going to be very annoying because a draw against them then would have been enough for us. Yeah, fun if we had drawn against Guadalajara, then we would have been fine. And I would have fancied taking on Liverpool. Now, Mbappe. No, he's not going to show it. Okay, let's get some French players. Mbappe went to Manchester United, which not ideal. He is, however, injured with torn. What have you done to our boy? Injury, 3 weeks. Okay, what have you done to him? Oh, we did that. Whoops. Yeah, we gave Man United a sprained knee ligament striker, one of the best in the world. Very upset we couldn't keep him, but I don't think we were ever going to be able to keep him. So it was all about replacing him, which I feel like we have done with Haaland. I've had to say no to one transfer that I was so tempted for, and it was... Oh, is Pogba available? No, it's not. Pogba is another player I'd love to bring to France, just because he's got reputation and he's got ability, and Paris Saint-Germain, they want you bringing high reputation players. Who is the player that I was very, 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 very excited to bring to the club if I could? Oh, that explains a lot. Here he is, Robert Lewandowski. He is available, 31 million. Liverpool and Real Madrid are after him. Problem is, he wants 400,000 a week. And I'm just not prepared to pay that. Especially when I'm already kind of overburdened with players who can play in that position, because Neymar and Messi are not going to be forwards, but they can play as forwards. Haaland, Belotti, Martial, and Belotti is just, I have him on too much to not play him, especially when what he offers is that Isco role, but I feel better. Because work rate off the ball, he's going to just be defensively that little bit better, while also off the back of a cracking season in Torino. So we're going to get stuck into New York Cosmos so that we can have a look at how all these new boys settle in. Alphonso Areola did not sign for West Ham United, and I think part of that may be because West Ham got relegated. So it's possible that it may not have been able to afford his wages because he is on a pretty penny. So they would have to cover those wages. Where are you? Luigi, here we go. Areola, 160k a week. It's yet to be seen if we're going to match or renew his contract, but at 29 years of age, 2000, he's got a year left on his deal, okay? And I'm trying to move Rico on because I prefer Areola, to be bluntly honest. I think he's the better goalkeeper. Taller, which matters to me, and he's French, so he counts towards that domestic homegrown bias. So let's get stuck into the match itself. Match preview. Kick off. They've got a player called Leeds. Okay, and we're going to go to extended highlights just so we can examine this performance. Because Bellotti... I've got Bellotti and, what's his name, Haaland playing as deep lying forwards. Because I want to see if they're going to get involved. Who the hell are you? Wait, have you got a weird... Oh, am I going to score here? Ah, no, that's Blaqueta. What the... You have such a weird name. Tecatito. Jesus Corona goes by Tecatito. That is going to be so awkward and so just not being used to that at all. Tecatito. So Mattia, Azpilicueta. You know, I'm so tempted to have them playing as inside forwards and try to control and dominate those midfield roles. Bellotti just doing a header, doing what headers do. The only reason I'm not playing with inside wing backs is because I want them doing those overloads. I want them... has he been called offside? Or no? It's just Messi bringing it into that back post, Bellotti winning the header. I want to be able to utilise kind of like different expansive ways of being able to play the game, because if everyone has kind of like the same strengths and attributes, then you're very one-sided. I'm going to have to find a name for you. Bellotti bringing it over to Herrera trying to bring that into midfield. Bellotti, first time. Between the two of them, Bellotti is the better at the moment, so I'm going to move Haaland into an attacking advanced forward just to try open them up ever so slightly, because Bellotti's getting all the chances and I'm concerned that it's because they're both trying to play the same role. So 10 minutes in, Bellotti already justifying his transfer, and he didn't cost us a cent. I love free transfers in this game. Tecatito, he just plays this beautiful overlapping run. Well, underlapping run, I guess. Haaland hasn't done anything. He's already kind of like flirting with a 7.0 rating. Okay, Mattia, bring it forward to Haaland. Haaland holds it up, brings it back to Mattia. Mattia crossing in, bloody for a hat-trick? No. Now, one thing that I do think is quite interesting is our forward line, which is the opposite of last year. Both our forwards are tall. It's like 6'5" and 6'1", I think Bellotti is. Over to Leperte. Herrera onto Haaland. Haaland just... Cosmo's goalkeeper getting in the way of Haaland's strike. His debut strike and his debut performance. Although I'm expecting them to just absolutely run riot in the league. Messi crossing in. Dalio can't get onto the end of it. Leperte is going to bring this out wide back to Messi. Messi's going to square it up. No, back all the way to Dalio. Dalio to Azpilicueta. The inside wingers are doing what I want them to, because they're providing kind of like narrow. They're being narrow in midfield, which means that the fact that I'm only playing two midfielders, Bellotti, no. The fact that I'm only playing two midfielders, the inside wingers are meaning that I'm not really being as exposed in that regard, because we're still trying to kind of like flood those inside channels while leaving kind of like the wide areas of the pitch open for those wingbacks to exploit. Leperte, bring the ball forward onto Haaland. Haaland breaks through the middle. Is he going to go for goal or is he going to square for Bellotti? Bellotti hat-trick. Excellent front two. Haaland Bellotti could be a very good partnership up front if I want to play that 4-2-2 or that 4-4-2. God, it feels so weird with the talent we have just to revert to like a good old-fashioned English 4-4-2. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to swap them just to see what happens. Because it's possible that with Corona on that left-hand side, that play is being drawn down that side because Messi is also over there. So Haaland ended up being forced into a creator role just because the more talented players aren't on his side. Bellotti not being good at linking play. Azpilicueta controls, brings on that left-hand side before finding the opportunity to bring it into either Corona or Messi. Switches it far right to Mattia. Leperte bringing it forward into Messi. Messi going to set this up and create. Oh no, he goes for goal, but very well saved by a New York Cosmos keeper. Haaland, no, just off wide. Now, one thing Haaland and Bellotti also offer us is 4 tall players for set pieces. So I'm going to spend a while working on my set pieces, especially for corners, to try gain maybe 10 goals. Oh, Belotti through here. Just should have scored that. Should have been 4-0. I really like those through balls from distance. Kind of like midfield through balls. Azpilicueta, you got this, go on. Tito. I'm going to rename you because it's just, I'm going to rename you to Jesus. And Haaland over to Belotti. Finding it, Haaland, nah. He's getting opportunities, but he's getting closed down. Ramagoli, well done. Laporte bringing it to middle. Haaland setting himself up. Messi through to Belotti. Belotti, are you going to go? Excellent tackle. Oh, he's offside as well. Between the two of them, Belotti seems to be kind of carving chances for himself a lot better than Haaland. It's interesting. Forte for Mattia. Mattia back to Herrera. Herrera back to Mattia. Going to cross over for Belotti. Belotti, nah. Okay. So I think the reason why is because he is. So I'm going to swap these around and I'm going to put you into a support role. And should I put my wing backs on attack? Oh, excellent tackle by Haaland. Recovers. Tito. Bring it down that left-hand side. He's going to square it in for Belotti or Haaland? Azpilicueta. Go on. Back to Messi. Messi with time for Herrera into Tito. Squares it up for attack. No. Laporte. No. He's showing his age. He's only 16 years of age, so we don't expect magic from him. Azpilicueta back to Messi. Okay, should be easily soaked up. Back to Dalio. Dalio and Alfonso Ariol. Two of them couldn't decide what they were doing with it. Met in midfield for a conversation before driving forward into space. Dalio bringing over to Tito. Both Haaland and Belotti in the box, either eager and waiting for it. Haaland strikes it straight against the keeper. Haaland's not really being clinical up front. Between the two of them, there's easily like 7 goals so far on the taking, and they just haven't taken advantage. Belotti right now is taking his chances, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens out of the back of this one. Okay, so switching into this role, we're going to bring Marquinhos on. Martial, Neymar, Dembele, Verratti, Kimpembe, Herrera. I'm going to swap them around. Nuno Mendes and Hakimi. Ramgoli, you can keep going. I clearly did not bring enough players. Arol, because you're a goalkeeper, I'm gonna leave you on, and let's give this formation a go. I played this at times in games where I just wanted that more solidity into that back line, so that balls over the top weren't going to expose us as much. Neymar coming down that left hand side. He's going to square back in for Martial. Mendes. No. The oncoming Mendes not being able to do anything with that. And Marquinhos, he has a fair bit of versatility, so I'm enjoying that much. Danilo back to Hakimi. Turning over possession as they're playing with it in their box. Dangerous move. As Sadio Mane nearly showed Brighton Hove Albion yesterday. Martial hunting on Hart. You have a yellow card. Holding off and playing with a defensive midfielder. Probably worried about the exact same reason I'm playing one. Kimpembe over to Marquinhos. Marquinhos, big soaking pass over to Mbese. Neymar. I got confused between what is your name? It has escaped me. Verratti. Oh, beautiful goal by Verratti. Shots from distance. Not that I want to encourage them, but I do enjoy it when Verratti and Herrera just take punts because they tend to do really well when they absorb that space. When they create space for themselves. Oh, beautiful curler. Top corner. Neymar Jr. going to cross it in. Marquinhos, no. Dembele, there, like, I can't remember the name I was using, but Dembele confused me. Neymar. What's going to do with it? Back to Varane, out to Marquinhos. Marquinhos squaring it for Dalio, who brings it over to Hakimi. Hakimi's going to cross in here, is he? Brings it to the byline, brings it to Dembele, but the shot is blocked. And Kimpembe and Ramagoli just cleaning things up at the back. Neymar going to cross in for Martial. Martial fouled. So who's taking it? Looks like Neymar. Yep, Neymar. Just got to bury this. Just rolls it along the ground. Okay, 5-0. We're playing with a tactic that I know works effectively. It sacrifices something going forward for defensive stability because we got that anchor man playing. What's weird is I found it open space for the deep lying forward to be able to kind of utilize those passing channels a lot more. So I really like this formation, while Marquinhos, I feel like I'm taking him out of his preferred centre midfielder role to play him in that holding midfielder role. Because we don't have a holding midfielder. I don't typically play with one though, so it doesn't really, we don't suffer from it. Marquinhos playing it back to Kimpembe. Kimpembe, what you going to do with this? For Danilo, over to Dembele. Dembele, over to Hakimi. There's an improvised cross. Kimpembe over to Mendes. Mendes going to do first time shot. First time from Dembele? No. Oh, to Dembele. Oh, that must have been a foul. Denying a clear goal scoring opportunity? Neymar just buried this again. Yeah, top right hand corner. 7-0 win. Was that 6? Yep, 6-0 win. It's looking like it. I wonder if we'll get 7, but it's been a confident performance from us so far. It's going to be interesting to see, do we miss the pace of Mbappe? Because that's the only place where I'm really worried. I'm trying to develop depth in my forward line as well, because I'm expecting injuries. Okay, so 6-0. Dembele, I'm not sure if I'm going to hold on to you, because I have you until the end of the season, because it's a 2-year loan deal. You had a 7.3 and you offer good versatility on that right hand side, but I brought you in before Laporte. I brought you in before Laporte really came through, and he is now playing the role that Dembele was going to play. And I guess the only thing that Dembele has over Laporte is that Dembele can also play on that left hand side. But I mean, let's be honest, that's what I brought Jesus in for, because Jesus can play those two roles. And he doesn't have the same injury problems. So I've got a decision on my hands if I want to hold on to Osama Dembele. Dembele's French. Shouldn't matter, but it does for the Champions League. Okay, episode 10, new beginning. Oh, I forgot to tell you who came up the league table. Where is it? Season preview. Yes. So, Nîmes Olympique, Armand, and where are you? Where are you? This looks like last year's. No, where? Auxerre is the team I'm looking for, but I can't find them. This must have been... Or did they not? Oh, they must have gotten beaten. Oh, that is so sad for them. Because they did really well. And it must have been the... Yeah, they got to the playoff final. Oh, I feel so bad for them now before getting hockeyed and destroyed. Because... What's his name? He must not be here yet. Let me go unavailable. Ah, yeah, he's injured. Bichwaibu. I'm going to have to find a nickname for you. He had a very successful loan spell at Auxerre. 15 appearances, no goals. He got an assist. I wanted to send him back to Auxerre. And it's beginning to make sense to me now why he didn't get, why that didn't happen. Especially because he's come on a fair bit. Now he's injured at the moment between 2 and 4 weeks, but I want to try bring him in a bit of rotation because he's already a really good defensive player. I know I have a lot of left footers and I have a lot of centre backs. Now I'm trying to move on Kelleher. Alio, trying to find a loan move for you because you're French, and here's the shocking part. Actually got games for Real Madrid. He was in the Real Madrid side that fucking destroyed us last season. So that's really interesting. I don't know what to make of that because he's good enough to play for Real Madrid, but not good enough for us. Again, I don't know what to make for that. The part that really upset me, I haven't talked about him yet, but Sergio Ramos retired. First name on the team sheet, best defender I had. Fucked off into the sunset. So we have Umtiti, who I'm just not convinced is going to make it here. He didn't have a good spell. 6.2, 9 games, a lot of substitute appearances. I felt like I couldn't trust him. So if we have to, I'm going to move him on for a profit because we only bought him for 2.2 million. He's worth 25. So we might move him on if we have to, but he's playing as a backup at the moment and we'll see what happens. So, hey, new beginnings. It's a new chapter. We go again. The goal, obviously, is the league, but I also want to do a better showing in the Champions League as well as the Trophy de Champion and the Cup, the French Cup. I want to retain the French Cup. I want to win the French Super Cup. Get to the final of the Champions League because I was upset to go out so early last time. And let's see what happens to the FIFA Club World Cup. It's going to be interesting to see how the schedule goes because look at that big, huge gap in the middle. And we've got the French Cup, which looks like it's being slapped bang in the middle of the World Cup, because the World Cup is in Qatar. League is starting early in August, so I've got a tough pre-season before we get stuck into the league. But everything is so compact. We're going to see how this goes. Friends, thank you so much for joining me. I'll catch you in the next one.